This lesson is about comparing fractions on number lines. The number lines in our workbook start at 0, and they don't go to 1. They usually go to a number that's bigger than 1, at least for this unit. So in this case, my number line is going to go up to 2, so from 0 to 2. Okay, let's say that I want to break this number line into thirds. So my denominator is going to be thirds. Now, the tricky part about breaking this number line into thirds is because our number line doesn't go to 1, it goes to 2. So we have to break each whole into thirds. So from 0 to 1, we have to break that into 3 pieces. So there's 1, 2, 3 thirds is equal to 1. And then again, we do the same from 1 to 2. We have to break this whole into thirds. So 1, 2, 3 thirds. Okay. The next step is to label it. So from here to here, one jump, that's 1/3. Here to here, 2/3. Here to here, 3/3. Okay, and we just keep going after 3. There's 4/3, there's 5/3, and there's 6/3. Okay, now let's say I want you to mark 4/3 on the number line. You just mark it right there, 4/3. The other way that we can label this is with whole numbers. So if I wanted to know where 1 whole and 2/3 is, there's my 1 whole, and then I count 2 more thirds after that. So 1/3, 2/3. So how I could label those ones is 1 whole and 1/3. This one is 1 whole and 2/3. The next one is 2 wholes. So if I was looking for 1 whole and 2/3 on the number line, that would be right here. Okay, 5/3 and 1 and 2/3 are equivalent fractions. And I know that because they're at the same place on the number line. Your math journal today, your assessment today, there's going to be some story problems to compare fractions using number lines. So this one's about Annika and Braxton. They went jogging. Annika jogged 1 2/3 miles, and Braxton jogged for 8.6 miles. Who went farther? Now, the way that your math journal is going to have you do this is on 2 number lines. So you're going to do 1 number line for Annika and 1 number line for Braxton. Okay. The most important thing about these number lines is that they're the exact same size, otherwise it won't work. So I'm going to go ahead and label this top one with an A for Annika, and I'm just going to work on her number line first. She went for 1 2/3 miles. Okay. And again, this number line is going to go up to 2. So we have 0, 1, and 2. And I'm pretty sure your math journal already does that for you. Now I have to split each part into thirds because that's what Annika's denominator, it's a 3, so I have to split each one into thirds. So from here to here, I'm going to split into 3 equal pieces. So there's 1, 2, and then again from 1 whole to 2 wholes, I'm going to split into 3 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and label that. Our first jump, that's 1/3. Then we have 2/3. We have 1 whole, which is the same as 3/3. Okay, over here, since hers is a mixed number, I'm going to write that as a mixed number. So my next one is going to be 1 whole plus 1 more third. This one's going to be 1 whole plus 2/3. And the last one is 2. Okay. The last step to figure out Annika's is to mark, she went 1 2/3 miles, so we just need to mark that on the number line. There's 1 whole and 2/3 right here. Now we're going to go down to Braxton. I'm going to label this one B for Braxton. Again, our number line is going to be broken into 2 wholes, I'm sorry. So there's 0, 1, and 2. And now Braxton, his is, it says 6. So I'm going to have to break his into 6 equal pieces. But again, just like I did Annika's, it will be from here to 1 whole is going to be 6 pieces. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is 6. And then again from 1 hole to 2 holes. That's one piece that I have to break into 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then just like we labeled Annika's, I'm going to start at the beginning. And there's 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6. I'm going kind of fast. Oops. So if you need help, rewatch this video. Sorry, that's a really terrible 6. 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 6, 8, 6, 9, 6, 10, 6, and 11, 6. Okay. The next step is to figure out where Braxton was, where his number is on the number line. So his was 8/6 of a mile. So that's right here. Okay, if we look back at our question, it's asking who went farther. If we look on our number line, is 1 2/3 farther, or is 8/6 farther? 1 2/3 is farther away from 0, so that means that Annika ran farther. So Annika is the answer to our question. Good luck on your assessment.